My mom was inspired to go back to college in her 40s to get her master's degree in English. And I will tell you a story within a story is that my dad actually didn't want her to do that. He wanted her to just stay at home and take care of the kids. And my mom was so strong and independent and defiant that she told my dad that if you make me choose between school and you, I'm going to choose school. And I know that sounds harsh, but then my dad backed down and he said, all I care about is having my dinner ready when I get home from work. Hey there, it's Suzanne Oshima, your fellow sister on a mission to empower and inspire you through the twists and turns of midlife. And I'm here to help you transform it into your best life with the Life is Now podcast. And I'm super excited to dive into this new journey together. Have you ever felt like it was too late for you to do something that you've been dreaming about for years? Maybe it's not even just years, maybe it's actually decades. And you've been dreaming about it, but you've been feeling like, gosh, I feel like it's too late for me to go after that dream. Well, on today's Life is Now, Do It While You Can podcast subseries, Life's Lessons, I'm sharing a story about my late mother who throughout my life really inspired me and encouraged me to go after and do whatever it is that I wanted to do. And she made me realize that it's never too late. So if you've ever felt like it was too late for you to do something later in life, whether maybe it was something like going back to college and getting a degree, or maybe you've dreamed about becoming an author and writing a book, but you're like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Or maybe you've thought about in midlife, maybe changing your career or becoming an entrepreneur, but you're fearful because you're like, number one, I don't know where to start. And number two, I feel like it's too late for me. Well, if you're having any sort of feelings like that and feeling like it's too late, I just want you to know is you're not alone. And I can't tell you how many women tell me that they think it's too late for them to start anew at this point in their life because of their age. And I'll be honest with you, that always breaks my heart because the truth is age is just a number and that it's never too late. It's never too late to live out your dreams and do all of the things you want to do. So I want to share a story with you about my mom. And as I mentioned, my mom throughout my life, she always inspired me. But what I didn't realize when I was growing up was that she was teaching me without saying anything. It was only through her actions that she showed me that it's never too late to follow your dreams. And it all started from the very beginning when she had me, because my mom had me later in life. I'm number 4 I'm the youngest out of 4 children. And my mom had me later in life. My mom actually had me at 38. And while you may be saying, well, Suzanne, that's not old. It actually is because my mom had me in 1965. And in 1965, women didn't have children that late in life. So that was the first thing that I remember that, wow, my mom was a rule breaker, or a norm breaker, you may want to say, because she had me later in life. And what I remember is when I was growing up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, but she would teach swimming at UCSF in San Francisco. And I used to go with her to the pool, and that's what she did. And she loved teaching swimming. In fact, she taught me how to swim at 6 months old. She put me in the pool, which is why I love swimming and I love the water. And I always need to be by the ocean. Anyways, my mom was that strong, independent woman of the 70s. And she believed and supported, if you remember, Gloria Steinem. and the women's movement. And I remember when I was little, I remember Ms. Magazine coming in the mail. But, it's really funny because at the time, I didn't really know the impact that magazine and Gloria Steinem had on my mom. But I just watched my mom and the things that she wanted to do or she did. And she was inspired. Remember, she had me at 38. And she was inspired to go back to college in her 40s to get her master's degree in English. And I will tell you a story within a story is that my dad actually didn't want her to do that. He wanted her to just stay at home and take care of the kids. And my mom was so strong and independent and defiant that she told my dad that if you make me choose between school and you, I'm going to choose school. And I know that sounds harsh, but then my dad backed down and he said, all I care about is having my dinner ready when I get home from work. And she taught at the local colleges at San Francisco State and also City College of San Francisco. And while she was teaching at City College of San Francisco, she soon discovered that there weren't really any textbooks for ESL students. And so she was creating all her lesson plans and all the exercises that the students would have to do on her own. And so she and another colleague, another instructor at City College of San Francisco, collaborated and they decided to write the first ESL textbooks for college students. So they first wrote this book, this textbook, and they self-published it. My mom knew nothing about self-publishing, but she knew this was needed, and they were inspired to do this because there was nothing out there. There were no textbooks for ESL students. And then Addison Wesley, the publishing house, took notice of their self-published textbook, and they did a deal where they published their textbook in 1983. And that was the first time my mom and her colleague published their textbook with Addison Wesley. And in 1983, my mom was actually 57 years old. So my mom went back to college, got her master's degree in her 40s in English, started a new career as an ESL instructor well into her 40s, and then when she was in her 50s, she started writing a textbook for ESL students, and then it was published at 57 years old. And it's funny because, I think back to when she published these books. In 1983, I was 18. I had just graduated from high school. I didn't even realize back then, because I was a teenager and a defiant teenager, I didn't even realize the impact of what she was actually doing. And I'm so proud of her and looking back at what she did, because not only did she publish that book, that textbook, she wrote with her colleague, they wrote several more ESL textbooks. And she did this well into her 70s. And in fact, I will share with you that she edited her last textbook 3 months before she passed away at 88 years old. And I will tell you, it was so important to her that she edit this book. She wanted to make sure that this got to the publisher and that this would be published. She was so dedicated to her passion. She wanted to help ESL students learn English. And she did this up until, like I said, 3 months before she passed away. And I will tell you, first of all, I am so proud of my mom. I'm so proud of her that she did all of this. She's such an inspiration to me, but this is so crazy, is I've met people after she passed away that told me they used my mom's textbooks in their classroom and that they knew who my mom was. And it blew me away because her textbooks live on even after she's gone. Her work lives on because all of her textbooks are still published and used in colleges today. And not only that, they're used all around the world, not just in the United States. And so I will tell you, if my mom's story isn't an example for you to realize that it's never too late, it's never too late to go after your dreams and do the things that you want to do, but you have to be willing to take the first step. And I really hope that my mom's story inspires you to take that first step today. So what are some key takeaways from my mom's story? Is number one, it's never too late. My mother and father always taught me that I should go after what I want in life and to never let anything stop me. And that's how I've always been committed to living my own life. Another key takeaway is, age is just a number. It's never too late to pursue your dream, no matter where you are in life. Age shouldn't be a barrier to starting fresh or achieving something new. You can begin at any time, but you have to just be willing to take the first step. And I hope you're willing, after hearing my mom's story, to take that first step. Number 3 is never stop learning and growing. Whether it's going back to school or changing careers or exploring new passions, there's always room for growth at any stage in life. The next key takeaway is inspiration through action. So, without even knowing it, your actions today may be inspiring those closest to you in the most profound ways. My mother's journey of going back to college and writing ESL textbooks showed me how determination can leave a lasting impact, not only on your children, but others that look up to you. The next key takeaway is the power of persistence. Even when no one has done it before, when society tells women it's too late for you, or when personal doubt creeps in, like I know it does for all of us, we're all human, right? It's crucial to stay committed to your passions and beliefs. Anchor yourself into your, what I call, the big why, because that's going to pull you forward into achieving your dream when the obstacles start to come up. And you're going to tell yourself, nope, this is too important to me. And lastly, a key takeaway is about leaving a lasting legacy. Don't forget, the work you do today can continue to make a difference that lasts even after you're gone. like I said, my mom's textbooks are still being used worldwide, which really illustrates the lasting impact of pursuing one's dreams. My mom would be thrilled to know that even after she's gone and she's in heaven, is that she's still helping students learn English and changing lives. And I hope my mom's story truly inspired you and made you think, I can do that too, and that I want to leave a lasting legacy also. Hey there, if you enjoyed this podcast and are ready to transform midlife into your best life, visit SuzanneOshima.com to become an insider and join my email list. As an insider, you'll be the first to know about new episodes and gain access to exclusive content that empowers and inspires you on your midlife journey today and in the future.